personality profile. A reminder that we are live on our Facebook and YouTube platforms at Trinity United Church, Legon. You can also send us your questions, words of encouragement, advice, objections, or whatever you might have to our WhatsApp number on 0501 579 996. 0501 579 996. The man we are discussing today is a revered minister of the Methodist Church of Ghana, the minister in charge of the Trinity United Church, Legon, a father, a teacher, and a shepherd. You're welcome, Papa.
Thank you.
Happy to have you.
It's my pleasure.
Great. Hope you had a good day.
Yeah, it's been good.
We thank God. We'll delve right into the discussion.
Okay.
Who is the Reverend Dr. John Abedu Quashie?
Well, John Abedu Quashie is son of Kromanse, and I'm very proud of the town where I come from. I call the place the Holy City. So, yes, from Kromanse, born in Kromanse, but grew up as a young boy in Takwa until 1979, when I lost my father and we had to move back to Kromanse. And that is why I continued schooling and on and on and on. So I'm a minister in the Methodist Church Ghana and also a lecturer at the Trinity Theological Seminary, and have had opportunity of serving the Trinity United Church at this time.
Okay. Thank you for the summary.
Great.
So now let's go into details.
Okay.
What was your upbringing like? What was growing up in Kromanse? Is that how to mention it?
Kromanse, but
very
basically born in Kromanse, but grew up in Takwa.
Okay.
I think that my father was working in Takwa.
Okay.
I think my mother came to Kromanse, gave birth, and then
raised in Takwa. Okay.
Went back to Takwa.
Okay.
Yes, life in Takwa was quite interesting as a young boy growing up among older siblings and younger siblings as well. We were many. My father had many children. I mean, some of the children who were not my mom's children also lived with us. And you will not know any difference between my mom's children and the children who are not hers, because she took care of all of us as his children. I mean, interestingly, my half-brother, my senior half-brother, named her first daughter after my mother, even though his mother was still alive. So it tells you how my mother brought us together. And we lived with our father and my mother. My father was very strict, a disciplinarian. He was very hardworking, a mechanical engineer at the Takwa Goldfields Limited at the time. And that is the way he brought us up. He brought us up to be disciplined. He brought us up to be hardworking. He brought us up to be respectful. And he was so much interested in our education. I mean, because we're many, his salary will not be able to take care of all our school fees. So at the beginning of a term, he would go take a loan from the workplace and ensure that every fee is paid. And so, yes, we lived together very happily. And by God's grace, we continued as one big family. I remember my father's friend, the white man, would count us 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, all Quashies. And yes, always together. We enjoyed our time together, and it was a joy being there with the whole family. I had opportunity to go to school at the Takwa Goldfields Preparatory School, and it was started when I was a boy. I was part of the second group that finished the school and went to secondary school at the time.
That's very refreshing to hear. Did you always know you were going to be a minister?
Not at all. Not at all. So whilst we lived at the bungalow of the Takwa Goldfields Limited, but my mother will send us to the Methodist church there's a suburb of Takwadeko Abontiakun. So that is where we would go to church.
Okay.
My father sometimes attended, but not always. But my mother was consistent, and we found ourselves in the Sunday school. But it wasn't until I went to secondary school that I joined the Scripture Union, and then that is where I would say that I became born again.
Okay.
So from there, yes, even though I was born again, I was in the choir. I wasn't even a leader in the Scripture Union up to upper sixth form. So yes, I was part of the group, one of the followers, not the person who is up front leading anything. So from the start, there wasn't anything like having the mind of becoming a minister. Actually, my father sent us to GSTS because he wanted us to become engineers like himself.
I was just going to ask what you wanted to be. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So you would have been an engineer?
I would have been an engineer.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So after you got born again,
yes,
in GSTS,
yeah,
how did you, find your way into ministry? Did you come to Trinity right after school? How did all of that go?
No. Something happened in my final year,
Okay.
upper sixth form.
Okay.
And I had an encounter with Christ. I was born again, but I had an encounter. And I would say that, the Bible talks about being filled with the Spirit, and the filling with the Spirit is not a one-time experience. So the scripture that says being filled with the Spirit, it's the continuous tense. So being filled with the Spirit. So that's the way I describe that experience. At the time, I didn't understand it that way. But then I had an infilling of the Spirit, and it brought about some new desire to serve God, some new zeal. So when I finished sixth form and I came to Cromanti, there was that strong desire to serve God. And around that time, we had this group coming from Accra. It was called CAFRA, Christ Ambassadors for Rural Areas in Africa. The leader was Jose Ayinsa. A number of the members were from the Ebenezer Methodist Church, Medina. And another key person in that group was Emmanuel Alija, who at one time was the, how do you call it, the General Secretary for GAFIS. Okay. So they came there, fellowship was established. And with the zeal with which I was serving God, I became the leader of the fellowship. And remember, I said that right from secondary school, I didn't play any leadership role.
Yes.
So both in this fellowship and then in the Methodist Youth Fellowship, I became a leader.
Okay.
And that is where my service continued to take a new turn with a lot of zeal. Then I established a group because God had gifted me with a voice to sing. So we started a group called Ebenezer Melodies. And it wasn't only a singing group, it was kind of an evangelistic ministry.
Okay.
We moved to places and used three things for evangelism: music, drama, and testimonies. So we went to quite a number of places and then using this. And very young, I was just about 19 years at the time. And the group was good. We did very good music, even though we didn't have any instruments at the time. We would sing, and we'll sing at full gospel meetings, at various programs, and then reach out to people. So that is where I would say that I began to have the feeling that maybe God would want to use me in ministry. But one significant thing has to do with one personality who became a minister of the church. In fact, we were together with him when I did my national service. I taught at the Methodist High School at Sopon, and he was the assistant headmaster. He was a minister at the time. And this minister is a very passionate minister, a man of prayer, a man of the word. He eventually became minister at Cromanti, and I can say that he's got the late Reverend Asha. He had a lot of influence in my leadership roles and in my decision even to become a minister.
Okay, that's profound.
Yeah.
So when your family realized that the engineering path was not going to be told, how did they take your decision to pursue full-time ministry?
It wasn't easy. Well, I've not mentioned this part of the story. My father died when I was very young. I was 13 years old when my father died. So at secondary school, Form 2, we had to leave Takwa and come to Cromanti.
Okay.
And it wasn't easy. My mother, a trader, and she traded in anything she would lay her hands on. Anything she would lay her hands on, and we would support her. By God's grace, I had a scholarship, and that helped me. So it eased the burden on my mom, so that others, she could, use the little money available for others, and she did her best for us. So they knew that I was intelligent, and if I take my siblings, my mother's children, we lost one about 3 years ago, but at the time I was born, the infantis call I am Abam, I come after Etewia. Etewia comes after twins.
Yes.
But I didn't meet the twins because I'm told that they died after 2 weeks of birth. So I didn't meet them. So my mom's children, we were left with 6. 3 ladies, 3 gentlemen.
Okay.
All the ladies were older, and I'm the oldest of the gentlemen.
Okay.
And so you can imagine the kind of expectation. This is my son. He's lost his father. I've tried to help him come this far, and suddenly he comes to say that he wants to become a minister. My mother actually saw the work I was doing. She was impressed about the work I was doing. We were influencing the lives of so many young people at the time, and she was impressed. But she couldn't take it that I was going to become a minister. And at the time, I have a grand auntie who lived in Kumasi. She had come home once, and my mother asked her to come and talk to me about it, that she doesn't think that is a right decision. So I told her that I have made the decision.
Okay.
And the Methodist ministry, to get into it is not an easy thing. Many people try several times and they're unable to get into it. So I used this kind of litmus test. God, if it is you who is calling me, I'm not going to do it twice. If I don't get through, then I know that this is not what you want me to do. So I really struggled with it myself. But what gave me the conviction that God was really calling me was that in 1987, I think it would have been in July, we went for a Scripture Union camp meeting for the Central Region at Ejumako. And at that camp meeting, 2 things took place. And that gave me the confirmation that God was calling me.
Okay.
The first was, there was a minister at Isiam, the Reverend Victor Anderson. He came to the camp meeting, gave a talk, and he threw a challenge to us that God was calling some of us into the ministry. At the time, I was battling with it.
Okay.
So he threw that challenge. And then the camp meeting ended on a Sunday. And on the Sunday, we went to the local Methodist church at Ejumako. I was asked to lead the liturgy at the time. And the minister then, the past presiding bishop, the most Reverend Titus Awatwe Pratt. And after I led the liturgy, he made a statement. I wouldn't be surprised if you became a minister. For me, that was confirmation.
Okay.
Because I was struggling with the decision. And those two things that happened at that camp meeting gave me the confirmation that the Lord was calling me. So when I went back home and I told my mother, she wasn't amused at all. But then as it went, I went through the processes and then passed the exam.
Okay.
And then I came to Trinity Seminary.
I think everybody watching or listening will be very happy and thankful to God that you actually listened and pursued ministry.
Yeah.
Papa, taking you back a bit, when you say you struggled with the decision, does it mean that you contemplated, you considered your mother's stance, you looked at your position in the family and actually tried to run away, for lack of a better expression?
No, before I took the decision before I told my mother.
Okay.
So what my mother came in with was not part of the struggle.
All right.
But coming into Methodist ministry, I wasn't sure. I'd known some Methodist ministers and I wasn't sure, God, is this what you really want me to get into? And I had struggles with leadership of the church at the time.
Okay.
And the minister who sort of mentored me also had struggles with leadership. So I was questioning myself.
Okay.
I wasn't, it's like the Lord is calling you are not too sure about it. And that is why I just use that kind of litmus test that, okay, God, if it is you, I'm not going to do the exam twice.
Okay.
I'm doing it only once. If I don't get through, then I know that you are who actually called me. But if I get through, then that is it.
Thank God you go through.
Yeah.
But let's now delve into the aspect of life after your ordination.
Ordination?
Yes. So when you were now ordained as a minister of the Methodist Church of Ghana, what was your first station? Where were you first posted?
Let me, we use the word ordination in the Anglican Church. They have first ordination, second ordination. In the Methodist Church, we have commissioning and we have ordination.
Okay, commissioning.
Yeah, so you are first commissioned, you serve probation before you are ordained.
Probation for how long?
For 3 years.
Okay.
Yes, but you were a minister.
Okay.
Okay. And you serve probation for 3 years.
Okay.
So I happened to be commissioned in 1991.
Okay.
And when I was commissioned in 1991, my very first station was in Nyandenchra, in the central region.
Okay.
Around Ejumako. So that was my first station. And I was just 26 years old.
Okay.
When I went there. And I remember going there on a Friday. And those days, the churches used to do wake keeping.
Okay.
And that same Friday that I went there was a funeral. So I had to be part of the wake keeping.
Okay.
Now, the church leader who was leading the wake keeping, let me say, was full of the spirit of appetition. So that day, after I had preached, news spread through the town that, hey, we have a new Methodist Osofo, some young Osofo, and I think that he's of a different spirit altogether. So already, I think I had declared my stand, who I am and what I'm here to do. And the intro was quite an interesting. I had quite some interesting experiences, including being sent summoned to the chief's palace that I've spoken against their gods. And it was an interesting experience. And it was such that some church members were even behind it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, my very first day, I mean, I had declared my stand.
Okay.
And it wasn't easy for people to take it in. There were people who still wanted to go on with idolatry and also be in the church. Some of them even in the leadership and so on and so forth. So I was summoned to the chief's palace. And it was very interesting, I mean, how God led me. So when I went to the chief's palace and then they came up with accusations and so on and so forth. When I was going, I held my Bible. I was with my Bible.
Okay.
And so the chief motioned that I should respond to the accusations.
Okay.
So I took my Bible and I said that, well, I finished training as a minister in the Methodist Church.
Okay.
Sent me here. When they commissioned me, they gave me this Bible to come and go and preach the contents to the people.
Okay.
And so I had met with my church members and I was preaching the content. And I opened the scriptures to where it says that these idols have mouth, they can't speak, they have ears. Right at the chief's court. I was saying that. And the people were so mad. But I don't know, the kind of boldness God gave me.
I was going to ask.
Exactly.
Yes.
I don't know where it came from, but that was how I was. I'm somebody, I stand on my convictions and I don't back out of my convictions. So I just said that. The chief seemed to have agreed with me. Later, they went for a caucus meeting. And then the people were angry and so on. When he came back, he said, well, we are in a land where there is freedom of religion.
Okay.
And if this man has met with the people who have decided to be Christians and he's teaching them what their scriptures say, then we don't have any case.
Okay.
So I can go.
Interesting.
I just left her. But interestingly, I heard that even Muslims were praying for me at the time. Because it looks like the traditional people had been disturbing both Christians and Muslims.
Change had come.
Exactly.
Right.
So they were even praying for me.
Okay.
But that was one experience. And then there was another experience. There was this man who everybody feared in the town. And I mean, the moment you even see his face, it's like full of demons and so. And he was living right behind the mission house. And I strongly believe that he tried to use some occultic powers against me, but he couldn't succeed.
Okay.
It came to, and he was also a Methodist.
Interesting.
It came to a time that anytime I stand in the church and I was leading service, he can't sit in the church.
Okay.
You see him, he will go out, he'll be going around the chapel. He just can't sit down in the church. So it was a spiritual battle.
Okay.
But God is God. And he's always winning.
Right.
And so he won the battle. So another incident, I had invited someone to come and do a crusade. And again, the accusation was that I brought somebody to come and accuse their gods. And I'm told, in fact, at the time I had been invited to come for forms for my degree program here at Trinity. And so I was traveling to Accra. I went to the state, waited. Eventually a car came. And then just when I had boarded the bus, a huge man came to stand in front of the bus. And looking for us. Traveling, I don't have time for you. If you want to see me, I'll come back tomorrow. So come tomorrow evening and let's talk. And literally he was immobilized. It was later that I heard that he even had a dagger with him. So physically, I had challenges. Spiritually, I had challenges, but the Lord was with me. Danger was quite an interesting place.
Thank God. But it brings me to my question. So did any of these...
I had challenges even in my home church.
Yes.
Some way, somehow, I do tell people that I have the shock absorbers. Some way, somehow, And this minister who mentored me told me a lot, sold out to Christ like him.
Okay.
And his stories would always encourage me. And we had gone through it. And back at Cromantia, and at the time, we knew that we could stand all of those forces. So there wasn't a single day that I felt discouraged. No, I don't remember.
Okay.
Up to today, in the ministry.
I think that's very good to hear and encouraging, to say the least. Would it be safe to say that because you were not discouraged, those experiences help to strengthen your faith instead?
They do.
Okay.
They do strengthen you.
Okay.
When I got to Mankisim and I picked that cracker, they were playing this song. And it was so comforting to me. It was so some of the hymns we sang and coming to encourage you. So they actually strengthen you. In actual fact, it is those experiences that has led me to say that I have the shock absorbers.
Okay.
So
that's really good to hear. The discussion is just halfway through. I'm very encouraged. We pray God continues to keep you and gives you more shock absorbers.
Thank you.
We'll come back to the discussion, but in charge of the Trinity United Church, Legon, and a revered minister of the Methodist Church of Ghana. You're reminded that we are live on our Facebook and YouTube platforms at Trinity United Church, Legon. At this point, we want your questions or anything you might have. We'll ask that you send them to our WhatsApp number, 0501 579 996, 0501 579 996. We'll take a quick breather. We'll be right back. Please stay.
With the growing challenges of life in light of both global and domestic development, the Christian is faced with the difficult task of balancing survival within a secular system and at the same time living a Christian life that pleases their Maker. It is for this reason that we need to have frank conversations on the many issues of life through the Christian lens. So, we bring to you Let's Talk About. On Let's Talk About, we talk about health, career, dating, marriage, family, divorce, politics, finance, and all the issues of life that the Christian is confronted with on a daily basis. Join us this and every Wednesday on the YouTube and Facebook pages of Trinity United Church Legon, and let's talk about life as Christians. With the growing challenges of life in light of both global and domestic development, the Christian is faced with the difficult task of balancing survival within a secular system and a life through the Christian lens. So, we bring to you Let's Talk About. On Let's Talk About, we talk about health, career, dating, marriage, family, divorce, politics, finance, and all the issues of life that the Christian is confronted with on a daily basis. Join us this and every Wednesday on the YouTube and Facebook pages of Trinity United Church Legon, and let's talk about life as Christians. With the growing challenges of life in light of both global and domestic development, the Christian is faced with the difficult task that we need to have frank conversations on the many issues of life through the Christian lens. So, we bring to you Let's Talk About. On Let's Talk About, we talk about health, career, dating, marriage, family, divorce, politics, finance, and all the issues of life that the Christian is confronted with on a daily basis. Join us this and every Wednesday on the YouTube and Facebook pages of Trinity United Church Legon, and let's talk about life as Christians. With the growing challenges of life in light of both global and domestic development, the Christian is faced with the difficult task of balancing survival within a secular system and at the same time living a Christian life that pleases their Maker. It is for this reason that we need to have frank conversations on the many issues of life through the Christian lens. So, we bring to you Let's Talk About. On Let's Talk About, we talk about health, career, dating, marriage, family, divorce, politics, finance, and all the issues of life that the Christian is confronted with on a daily basis. Join us this and every Wednesday on the YouTube and Facebook pages of Trinity United Church Legon, and let's talk about life as Christians. with the growing challenges of life at the same time living a Christian life that pleases their Maker. It is for this reason that we need to have frank conversations on the many issues of life through the Christian lens. So, we bring to you Let's Talk About. On Let's Talk About, we talk about health, career, dating, marriage, family, divorce, politics, finance, and all the issues of life that the Christian is confronted with on a daily basis. Join us.
Hi there. Welcome back from the break. This is Let's Talk About, and we've been discussing the very Reverend Dr. John Abedu Quashie. A reminder that we are live on Facebook and YouTube at Trinity United Church, Legon. A reminder again that we'll take your questions or whatever you might have on our WhatsApp number 0501 579996. 0501 579996. We've been having a very interesting discussion so far, and the second part promises to be even better. Papa, welcome back.
Thank you.
From the break.
Thank you.
I hope the time suffices because we have a lot to discuss.
Yeah.
So after your first station, did you go anywhere else? Were the experiences the same?
No.
Okay.
Just after my first station, I came back to school. In fact, I was there for only 1 year.
Oh.
And I came back to school.
Okay.
Actually, what had happened was that at the time I went to that station, we had one of the lecturers here, the late Reverend Dr. Abedu, who had also been made a chairman of the Cape Coast district at the time.
Okay.
And during his induction service, the then president asked the administrator to ask me, why am I delaying? Why am I not coming back to school?
Okay.
In actual fact, I was the youngest in my class when I first came to Trinity College. But at the end of our time, I won the best all-round student. And there's an award that Gaffers gives, the Ofuriata Award.
Okay.
So I won that award.
Okay.
And Dr. Boama, who was the principal at the time, took a lot of interest in me. In fact, at the time, whenever any students had challenges writing their essays, he would ask them to come to me. So he sent the administrator to ask me, what am I doing over there? He saw that potential, and that is why I came to get the forms. So I came back to school in 92 to do the degree program.
Okay.
Then, whilst doing the degree program, I was attached to a church at New Abosokai.
Okay.
And instead of doing the degree program for 3 years, we did it for 4 years because there was a 1 year strike action.
By your teachers?
No, by the University of Ghana.
Oh.
Now, the degree program at the time, Trinity Seminary wasn't an accredited institution.
Okay.
So we're being mentored by the University of Ghana.
Oh.
And our degree program, we did it together with the University of Ghana. For example, I combined psychology and religions. Okay. So all the psychology aspects, I did it at the University of Ghana campus. Right. Exactly. Right. So, and interestingly, when I finished the degree, the university was on strike for a year. So I should have finished in 1995. I finished in 1996. Okay. Then it was at a graduation that I got to learn that since that joint program started, the Trinity and the University of Ghana, I was the first to have had a first class. Ooh. Yes. Now, after I finished the degree, I was sent to Akosombo. Okay. So Akosombo Methodist Church, and I was there for 2 years. And from there, I was transferred to Cape Coast, Wesley Methodist Church, now the cathedral. Okay. Yeah. That was where I was for a year before I went out for my studies. Okay. my life has been that I really, really see the hand of God directing, guiding, and moving me.
Okay.
I've mentioned earlier that coming back to do the degree program,
Yes.
it was Dr. Buama who sent somebody to come and ask me, what are you doing there?
Okay.
Now, after the degree program, I was in Akosombo, and then the head of the Methodist Church at the time, the late Reverend Dr. Asante Ntwi, sent me that, please come and fill some form for a scholarship. I
Oh.
didn't ask for it.
Okay.
Yes, and because they had recognized my academic
Yes.
work, and interestingly, when I was doing the degree program, almost in every subject that I was involved in, I would teach my mates. When they are having challenges with whatever they are doing,
Okay.
I will have to struggle to understand it.
Okay.
And so I was always teaching my mates.
Okay.
So that is how come I got the scholarship to go and study.
Okay.
Yeah, but the scholarship takes a whole year.
Okay.
You have to go through a certain process.
Okay.
And within that year, I was transferred to Cape Coast.
Okay.
Cape Coast, so it was just about a year that I spent in Cape Coast. And it was quite an interesting time at Cape Coast because God opened doors for ministry at the schools in Cape Coast.
Okay.
And I've had friends, this was 98, 99. I've had friends who have been very close up to this time from the students. So, but just today, I've been in touch with one of them
Okay.
from Wesley Girls. And the interesting thing is that when I traveled out to study, those days were not the days of WhatsApp and those days. So, 1999, it was letters.
Okay.
Then came email,
Okay.
and so, but only few people even had access to that. And sometimes you would write to your colleague ministers, and nobody will respond to you.
Okay.
But it was these young students I met in Cape Coast who would write to me
Okay.
and who would just quote a scripture.
Okay.
And that was very encouraging to me, especially in Britain where the spiritual terrain was very, very, very dry. So I don't take younger people for granted.
Okay.
They have sustained me.
Yeah.
Because in that kind of dry terrain, sometimes you need somebody to encourage you. And I'll get an encouragement from a letter I'll receive from one of these students who had become our close friends.
That's
Yeah.
really refreshing to hear. So, Papa, this scholarship you got to go and
Yeah.
study, was it your master's degree?
Okay, I don't have a master's degree.
Oh,
So it was for a master's degree.
okay.
So an MPhil
Okay.
in Birmingham. But in Britain, the schools are such that once you are doing an MPhil,
Yeah.
you are a potential PhD student.
Candidate, right?
So they assess your work, and if you are capable and you have the funds, you just upgrade the work we are doing to a PhD. And that is what I did.
Oh, okay.
So after some time, my work was assessed, and the presiding bishop at the time wrote to the British Methodist Church that we want him to do the PhD. And they reluctantly gave me the scholarship because I was always on their neck, giving them problems because of the racism. And I hate it. I hate any kind of injustice.
Yes.
I speak against it.
Okay.
And because they didn't like me.
Okay.
But I would say it. And this whole idea of LGBTQI, it was there even at the time, 1999.
Interesting.
It was there. The scholarship was such that they take care of you.
Okay.
We are all in a place like Trinity.
Okay.
We go to eat together. Whatever they give you, whether you like it or not,
You'd have to eat
you
it.
have to take it, and so on and so forth. And we also have missionaries preparing to go out who also come to stay with us.
Okay.
So we have British people who are ministers, missionaries preparing to go out, and we have people from all over the world.
The world, okay.
I mean, in the same community.
Okay.
We ate together, we had services together. But you could see this whole idea of trying to push their religious values on you. And I'll resist it. As I said, once I'm convinced about something, I stand firm. And I remember I had led devotion once, and I had indicated that Jesus is the only way. Because at the time they were trying to push through our throats that all the religions are okay.
Okay.
And so and so. So I was, clear about it. And then somebody went to tell the principal at the time I had preached that kind of sermon.
Okay.
I told the president, don't he can't do anything, just leave him alone. And he wasn't able to do anything. Exactly.
Okay.
And then systemic kind of racism, and I will raise a voice against it. I remember at the time I gave a seminar one day, and in one corridor there were pictures from various parts of the world.
Okay.
Pictures from the Western world are those beautiful tourist sites.
Yeah.
Pictures from Africa are these children, unclothed children, and so on and so forth. So when I gave the seminar, I said that when I see those pictures, anytime I see it, I feel like removing them and just crashing them. The next day they had removed all of them.
Oh.
Yes, they had removed them because I made them aware that you can't behave as if we are all equal.
Yes.
And I asked them, don't we have those beautiful tourist sites in Africa?
We do.
We do. Don't we have your people who are lying, begging for food?
Yeah, we do.
On the roads? We do. So why don't you create a uniform picture? So there was that kind of systemic racism, and I will resist it. And at one point in time, there was, it was January, February. The weather was very cold.
Okay.
And we had a visiting lecturer from India. In fact, that was my third year.
Okay.
And every year they take one of the students to be the head of the student. So they made me the head of the student.
Okay.
And this man had complained about heating in his room, and nothing had been done about it. There was going to be a board meeting. And as the head, I needed to present a report. So I'd done my report. The board meeting was in the afternoon. And in the morning, I put the report in the principal's pigeonhole.
Okay.
By the time of the board meeting in the afternoon, the heating that we had reported had been fixed.
Oh.
Yes. Then at the meeting, it was time to give our reports. And then I asked my assistant to read the report.
Okay.
And just before she was about to read, the chairman stopped her. This thing should have gone to the principal. And I said, hold on, are we supposed to present a report or not? If we are, then allow us to present the report.
Yeah.
Because if you care to know, the principal knows about all these issues. But is it not strange that heating that we have reported for over months that have not been worked on, this morning I put my report in the pigeonhole, the heating has been worked on. And everybody was quiet. And then during the break, I told the chairman, who is our senior Anglican minister, I told him that my forefathers were oppressed, but nobody dares try to oppress me. I'll resist it in the fiercest possible terms. And the man was shaking. From that time, unless I reported about this quickly.
They got it done.
They got it done.
Right.
Papa,
as I said, I'm scared on your behalf because...
No, never be scared about me.
Yes, I mean...
I'm not scared of anyone. No, not at all.
I can see that.
I'm not scared of anyone.
But when I'm another man's land, I mean, you were very confident in Ghana. Weren't you scared at any point?
No.
Interesting.
I'm a Christian.
Okay.
And God is protecting me.
Right.
Yes. You see, on the outside, they were portraying that we are all equal.
Yes.
So why do you
allow that to happen inside?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. In fact, at the time, they wanted to move me from the place to another place. And I wrote to them that if you move me, I will go back to Ghana and I'll let the whole world know about your racism.
Hey, Papa.
And they were scared. Yes. I wrote that letter to them.
Okay.
And they were scared.
I mean, I'm happy that we can laugh about it.
Interestingly, this is about 20 something years ago. About 4 years ago, I was in Kenya.
Okay.
And one of the people we went with, who is a bishop of the Methodist Church in Kenya, I met him and he came to me and said, John, thank you for standing firm. Thank you for standing for us. See, whereas people will compromise, no.
You didn't.
No. And he was thanking me for it. So eventually, you stand firm, people will begin to thank you that you stood firm.
Yes.
I do tell people that we now begin to talk about Martin Luther.
Yeah.
But what Martin Luther had to go through at the hands of senior clerics. Yes. But today we mention him. And so why don't we also stand for the truth? And some of those things are the things that encourage me. Yes. And the type of films and those things I like are these kinds of people standing against injustice and those things. Yeah, those are the things I like.
I don't want to say I'm short of words. It's my show. So. But, Papa, well done. I think
Thank you.
On behalf of those you stood up for, thank you.
Thank you.
It's refreshing to know that we have people who are not afraid to tell the truth and stand for
Unfortunately, in the church today, there are many people, and I've been telling at various meetings, programs in the Methodist Church that I'm going to do a deliverance session to cast out the spirit of fear. We do tell people that God didn't give us a spirit of fear. But then there is this endemic fear.
There is.
People unable to speak out when they have to speak out. And I don't know where it's coming from. It's unchristian, seriously. So we need to do something about it.
I, for one, will attend the deliverance session. I'm booking my slot now. Thank you, Papa. Let's delve into family.
Yeah.
Yes. So tell us a bit about it. When did you get married? You know, how did that start? How was life like as a young man who was now married and juggling ministry or school, depending on when and where it happened? Yes.
I mean, I just after my training, after commissioning, I got married.
Oh.
And I do tell people that I have 2 wedding anniversaries. One, the traditional wedding anniversary. It's not an engagement, so please, let's get that clear.
Yes.
And I didn't have it immediately. I had a traditional marriage in September of 91. And then I had the ordinance marriage in May the next year.
Okay.
So I married just after that. But just as I went into 1992, I came back to school. So mainly school, then I'll go home. So my wife worked as a teacher at Cromancy. So I come to school and I was going home very often. Yes, almost every other week.
That's okay.
I would go home.
Okay.
Yes, so to be with my wife.
Okay.
By God's grace, we have 4 children. One of the challenges, especially with my first boy, had to do with changes in schools.
Okay.
Because we're moving.
Yes.
He was born in 94. So I finished in 96. And then we went to Akosombo. 98, we went to Cape Coast. And when I had to leave them to go and study, at the time the second boy had come. And my wife's brother felt that the 2 boys would disturb her. So he asked that he brings the first boy to join the children here in Accra.
Okay.
But we have managed it. Parenting is not an easy thing. So just when I came back from my studies outside, I was put at Kaneshie North Circuit. That is Good Shepherd Methodist Church. And at the same time, I was the director for lay ministries in the Methodist Church. So I was traveling quite a lot. And my wife had also started school.
Oh.
So she would also come during the break. I was there for 1 year and I was transferred to Kumasi.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I had to be with the children in Kumasi. And then, because my wife was in school.
Yes.
And she would visit, occasionally. But by God's grace, we managed it until coming to Trinity settled us.
Okay. Okay. That's
so it settled us. So for 19 years, we have been here.
Okay.
And so the movement from one school to another ceased when we came here. So all the children went to the university basic school.
Okay. So I mean, that's good to hear. Looking back, with family in the picture, what would you have done differently? I mean, did you have the chance to make it more stable? The whole, the movement and all of that. Would you have done anything differently?
I don't think that. Look, for every kind of life, we face various kinds of situations.
Okay.
And we have to live with those situations. Today, there are people who are married, but they are living away from each other.
Yes.
And they have to now. But you just have to make the best of the situation that you have.
Okay. So we have a question by Ella. Ella says, also, we made mention of the fact that you asked God to let you pass your exams once, if it was His will. You refer to that as a litmus test.
Yes.
My question is, as a Christian, is it safe to do same in making some decisions in ministry, friendship, marriage, and etc.?
Well, let me say that was the last thing, because I had been reflecting on it.
Okay.
And God has His own way of leading us.
Right.
But because I wasn't settled in my mind, that is the way I felt that God, you could guide me in this way.
To make your decision.
And for me, God, I feel that it was God.
Okay.
Because when the results had not come, people were telling me that, as for Trinity exams, you don't write it once and go. And I said, well, I've told God that if I don't go through, then that's it. So for me, I take it that that was the way God confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah, apart from the confirmation that I had, that was the final
also
confirmation.
Okay, so Papa, from all that we've heard, I'd like to say that you are different. You are a different minister. I mean, especially your confidence, your strong stance against injustice and all of that. And you are in Ghana.
Yeah.
Have people tried to discourage you?
I wouldn't say discourage me.
Okay.
But I've had to fight injustice.
Okay.
Yeah. And wherever I've been, I've had to speak against injustice. And unfortunately, those in power would want to use their power to suppress you because of that. But it doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. I mean, and I found out something that was quite interesting. I've been proud of Kromanti, my holy city.
Okay.
I'm proud that I'm a Ghanaian. While studying outside, I always would put on my Ghanaian clothing. Even in the coldest of weather, I'd rather put on the jumper inside before I put on my beautiful Ghanaian outfits.
Okay.
And so the people knew that I was so much in love with my country. I've been talking about Kromanti. In fact, the Methodist Church, every minister knows that I'm from Kromanti. Then one day, I was supposed to, this may be about 5 or 6 years ago, I was supposed to do the review. Somebody was launching 3 books.
Okay.
One in theology, the other in diplomacy. The person was a diplomat.
Okay.
And he asked me to do the review. And then the one who was reviewing the book on diplomacy said something about the people of Cromanty that several years ago, about 4 or 5 centuries ago, there was one of these governors in Africa who had said that what Africans needed was the spirit of the people of Cromanty. Because they got to know that the people of Cromanty hate injustice. In fact, the slaves from Cromanty will fight the slave rulers.
Okay.
And it led me to begin. And so I think that part of it is from the genes. When the man said it, I was startled. Wow. So I began to realize myself that wow, I'm being a true
I think we should all try to pass through the place and see.
Exactly. You know, that's where we defeated Ashantis.
Oh, okay. So the things you've told us or you've shared with us today as victories, right? No matter how bad the situations were, God helped you.
Yeah.
And you found your way around. Now tell us about some of the low moments. I mean, some of the setbacks, the hardships.
Path of ministry, I would not say brought me low moment.
Okay.
I'm convinced that it's God who has called me, and I know that once He has called me, He will lead me through.
Okay.
But in work, you have those times, I mean, those low moments, when the people you know that these people who do the right thing are not doing the right thing. Right. And then when you talk about it, they begin to now get at you, wanting to frustrate you and so on. And sometimes it gets to you. And when it happens like that, I pray a lot. I don't just shout. Sometimes I'll be very, very quiet, but I'll be praying.
Okay.
Yes. And I think that in those times, prayers have sustained me.
Okay.
Yes. There will be times when I will feel that, look, let me just forget about everything, mind my own business. But as I pray, the Lord will tell you that, hey, it's not your business, it's my business.
Right.
And I don't do things for myself.
Okay.
Exactly. I do it because God wants me to do it. And yes, we get worried. I mean, I'm a human being.
Yeah.
So when it seems that as if the whole everything is against you, you feel worried.
Yes.
But then I've learned to send my worries to God. And when I've sent it to Him, He has encouraged me. Just as angels came to strengthen Jesus in His time of travail, I can say that God has been strengthening me during those times of travail. And so, we get to those points, but God sustains us.
We pray that He continues to sustain you.
Yeah, He has been faithful so far.
I think we can tell. We can tell. That's good. But what do you think you'll be remembered for? I mean, in the body of Christ. Many, many years to come.
Well, many people, I mean, the moment, that's the minister who sings. I've been watching you on TV. So people will remember me for my singing. People also remember me for my role in helping preachers. Okay. You remember the pulpit? Yeah. So even up to today, many people make reference to it. Okay. And not children, but adults who would say that anytime you come out, take my notebook, and then I would be taking down the comments you are making. They have been very, very helpful. So people remember me for that. And thirdly, one of the things that I have engaged myself in is to mentor younger people. So here in this seminary, my friends are the students. Okay. If there's a celebration in my house, I celebrate with the students. Okay. So, and many of them, I believe, will remember me because I literally pour out my life into them.
Okay.
And try to help them to be who God wants them to be. And many of them, I mean, and sometimes they say things and I feel that, wow, I didn't even know that I've impacted people in this way.
Okay.
Yeah, so especially the students who have passed through my hands. Yes.
That's
yes.
good stuff.
Yeah.
So I was going to go to another question.
Okay.
But I had one in mind, and a viewer has sent a question, so I might as well just ask.
Okay.
Papa, are you a strict father? Are you a very, very, very strict father? Would you say that?
I will say that I am.
Okay.
I would say that I am.
Okay.
And I told you from the very beginning that my father was very strict, a disciplinarian. And in those days, in our days, we didn't have the luxury of TV and other things.
Okay.
So in the evening, you are seated by your book, you are learning. Everybody had work to do. If you fail to do your work, where we lived, it's only on Fridays a bus will come for us to go to the senior staff club to watch children's film.
Okay.
Woe to you if during the week you don't do your work. You will miss that film.
Oh, too bad.
Exactly. And my father would insist on it. And my mother will support him to do that.
Okay.
So I feel, recently I've been reading about studies that shows that when children are helped to do things with their hands, to do part of the household chores and so on and so forth, it leads them to be successful in their own future life.
Okay.
There are studies recently, I think just last week, a study at Harvard University had come up with that kind of conclusion and so on. And so maybe it's an opportunity also to tell parents, the parents who feel that, oh, we are pampering the children. No, it's not good for the children.
Okay.
It will be helpful to
for
them.
the children.
Yes. So I'm a strict parent.
Okay.
But I love my children too.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a comment from Samuel Jojo Quashie Jr.
Okay.
Rings a bell.
Oh, yeah.
He says, hello, Papa. It's Jojo from Sunyani.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're one of the reasons why I sing. God richly bless you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Jojo, God bless you too.
God bless you, Jojo, for watching and for sending your warm wishes too.
Thank you.
Papa. Papa, next week is your birthday.
Yes, Monday.
Oh, happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about it?
I feel great.
Great.
I mean, in fact, when Brother Atakra called me to tell me about this, I told her, hey, have you guys heard about the birthday?
We have.
Oh, so that is why you decided to bring me on this program at this time. Okay, yeah.
No.
So Monday is my 60th.
You thank God for your life.
Yeah. I'm so grateful to God. God has been good.
God has been good.
He's
I
been
think
gracious.
it's very evident.
Yeah.
What's one thing you are very grateful for at this point? I mean, we can deduce a lot, but I would want you to say yourself. 60 years.
I would say that every aspect of my life, I've seen the grace of God. Yeah. I did mention that I'm somebody who, on my own, I've not applied for a scholarship before.
Yes, you mentioned.
I'll be there and then, and it's the grace of God.
Yes.
But having mentioned that it's the grace of God, I also put in the effort I have to put in. So sometimes people don't create the balance between what God does and what we also do.
Yes.
Yeah. So God's grace is there, but we also have a responsibility to put in the effort.
Work,
so the effort I will put in and make sure that I achieve the results.
Okay, that's good. So on 4th of August, Monday, we'll be celebrating your birthday with you.
Thank you.
I mean, everywhere we are. And happy birthday. May God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I want you to be 200 years so you can keep fighting against injustice, but we'll leave that to God to decide.
God will decide.
Yes. Papa, so any final words, not just to ministers, I mean, to everybody in the body of Christ. You are a father.
Yep.
You have lived it. You have been through a lot. You have stood fiercely for Jesus. I mean, I have known you a while. I've been a little girl walking through Trinity all my life. I mean, and attending church and everything. And I really admire the work you've done, how fiercely you stand for Jesus. So what do you have to tell us? The young, the old, everybody.
Please hold on to your convictions. That's the first thing. When you are convinced about something, hold on to it. And let no one try to deceive you and move you away from those convictions. And that is one of the things that has helped me. I hold on strongly to my convictions. Once I know that this thing is right. I do a lot of introspection and reflection on everything I do. I ask myself a lot of questions. And once I ask the questions, and then I'm convinced. No. I remember when I was doing the pulpit, when I got involved, there was a lot of backlash.
Okay.
My involvement.
Why?
Yes. People didn't understand it, the whole concept. So I remember one senior minister, somebody had called him, and so he called me that, well, this is what I'm hearing. And I told him that, look, I've thought about it very carefully. And I believe that I'm doing the church a great service.
Yes.
I've reflected on it. And he said, if you are convinced, that is okay. Interestingly, years later, one of the people who I believe was raising the question saw the video of the young guy who spoke Twi, who won the contest. And the man saw me. I was like, is that what you were teaching the children? Now he's come to appreciate.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, if I had not held on, let me tell you, my presiding bishop at the time called me. And in the Methodist Church, your presiding bishop calls you.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yes.
And I tell the presiding bishop that I believe that TV3 is not going to stop it. If we don't get anybody to be involved in it. You see, they were thinking about people coming to mimic preachers.
Oh.
Yes, that was their initial idea. Okay. And I changed the nature of the program.
Okay.
Now, imagine I had not come in. What is the kind of impression they were going to give about preaching?
Okay.
And so I feel that I'm doing the church a great service.
I agree.
Along the line, years later, the same presiding bishop who called me was standing in the pulpit and commending the program.
Oh.
Exactly. So what if I had stopped?
Yes. I mean, I watched a few episodes. I was just a little. I remember the pulpit. This is the way.
This is the way.
Yes,
exactly.
I remember.
Exactly. So when I'm convinced about something, I think about it. I reflect on it. And when I'm convinced, nobody changes my mind. And I think that is what you see. As Christians, we are convinced about certain things. The Christian life is a life of conviction. And if we don't live by our convictions and we allow things easily to move us, no. And especially to the young ones, because we have things trying to move us away from those basic tenets and truths of the Christian faith. And we really need to. So if there's one thing I will encourage everybody, I will say that please hold on firmly to your convictions.
Okay. I have taken that advice. I don't know about the viewers, but I mean, we'll take our last comment.
Okay.
Quashie Owusu says, I am listening to you and I remember your days at GSTS as a little boy, always reading your Bible in your bed. I mean, thank you so much, Quashie Owusu. I think Papa remembers.
As my Bible, don't joke with it.
Right.
Yes.
And hopefully we've
even today, I mean, once I wake up, quietly, I'll go to the study and read my Bible.
What a day! What a show! I think the knowledge has been a lot.
Thank you.
It's been a lot. Your life is such an epitome of God's goodness. I am very encouraged that once you put God first and you stand for Him, He makes a way where there is no way.
There is no way.
Yes, that is my takeaway for today.
Exactly.
And I'm happy that I have a living testimony of what God can do when a man surrenders to Him wholly. Thank you, Papa, for joining us, and happy
pleasure.
birthday again.
Thank you. Thank you very
Okay.
much. And thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Papa. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. This has been Let's Talk About. We will be celebrating our youth harvest on Sunday, the 3rd of August, here at the Trinity United Church, Legon. We are coming to church clad in anything that represents schools we have attended, from crèche to senior high school, I should presume. You're invited. You don't have to be a church member. Please join us. Celebrate what God has done for us. And this has been Let's Talk About. We've been discussing the very Reverend Dr. John Abedu Quashie, our father, the minister in charge of the Trinity United Church, Legon. His life has been filled with many testimonies. God has done wonderful things with him. We hope that we'll learn a lot from that and toe the line he has. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you same time next week. Good night.